Hello everyone and welcome to the part 7 factory playthrough of the Might and Magic map. In this part we'll finally get to the white tent, start moving around the map more freely and even do as much as capture a few towns. Hey! Let's get into the game. Okay. And we start with good old portal jumping. The best part of any Heroes 3 map. It's too bad there are only 3 exits, so we didn't get to enjoy it for more than just a few seconds. So I sent Agar into conflux zone for the white tent, and there are 3 options in this version. These options are conflux, fortress and cove. Both fortress and cove are swamp factions, so even though I know Agar enjoys going to swamps, I thought that I'll still spare him a bit of trouble here. So once again, a very similar fight to the one we had in the previous part. Now I already mentioned that it looks like a very similar layout as well, so I could have placed halflings at Worm's location to have a straight arrow shot. And also, one thing I didn't mention before, I also used Quattles to block the bottom stack on turn 1, so it saved a few automatons turn 1. Added a bit of longevity to them. I did the same in the first fight against 900 magic elementals. Okay. I may have made things a bit too difficult for myself here, so I'll have to move engineers back now. Maybe I should have instead repaired automatons with engineers, and then I could have actually finished remaining magic elementals. And now I had to wait. It's not a big problem though. So now I have a white tent and I can go places, but I don't have army, so it's not very helpful just yet. And we will still have to endure a long travel by Agar. He's on a vacation. For a change, he's not in swamps, that's kind of... So he's experienced in gathering berries in swamps. But this time he's gonna be going to collect some flowers instead, so he's gonna be in the fields, maybe gather some herbs or some exotic teas, I don't know. He'll let us know what he gathered by the time he comes back. It's gonna take a few days. We are not gonna rush him. You know, always let a man have his vacation. And so, okay, day one we visit stables, naturally. And also, since nobody can do anything, we collect some units, maybe resources, usual stuff. Maybe I should have actually used this time to develop Rosic, at least now. I mean, Rosic is a very promising hero, as I already mentioned. So she's unique in that she has all 4 mobility skills and also wisdom, so can be quite nice to have. So it would make sense to boost her attack a little bit. And obviously I have many heroes, so someone else could have gathered units from dwellings. Now, as you may have noticed, I barely swapped heroes and garrisons by this point in time, so I mostly have like 3 heroes and garrisons, and they're there all the time. So that's maybe not great, but at the same time my towns are not particularly greatly placed to really give much benefit to doing doing the hero swaps. So as you can see, I can barely use all movement points on 8 heroes to some efficiency. Okay, doing that on 11 would be quite a task. Okay, then player release the hero from prison. So that's where we are, right? So 10 is now releasing criminals from prisons. It's probably soon time to start some sort of a police action on my part. Can't let him disavow the laws of the land, right? You know, if someone imprisoned this hero must be bad, okay? Of course, it goes without saying that it does not count for my heroes, who also came from prisons, most of them. Or maybe not most. I mean, I had some non-criminal heroes who came from hero camps. So I mean, they were probably there on a vacation or something. So Henrietta keeps going for trees. She doesn't need much beyond what she already has, so she will maybe get another tree shortly. So Agar will have a long way to go. Now, I'm not sure if I saved much time here, but as you can see, I got in swamps. I mean, he went to gather some herbs and still ended up in swamps. I can't believe he did that. So I may have saved some time by embarking here and then disembarking like a few tiles to the left. Maybe. Didn't bother to check. Okay. Wow, eat that, snake. How about one extra hit by one coatl? That must have hurt. Okay. Agar is taking his time. In terms of books in general, can do away with just one of each type. You don't even have to have books of each type. For example, it's kind of difficult even to tell is there any valuable fire spell that would be unlocked by a book. So Blind and Berserk are both disabled on the map, so they are not granted by the book. And beyond them, I mean, Curse is a good spell, like maybe in first month of play, if you're expert. It's pretty solid. But also, I mean, it's not first month already, and it's Mage Guild level 1 spell, so you really need books, for the most part, at least at this point, to give higher level spells to your might heroes who don't have wisdom. So when you think about useful spells at that stage, you kind of really only count spells of levels 3 and above. And in Fire School of Magic there is basically maybe like summon elementals could be useful at this point. And so, okay, I probably should skip this turn and then block. Oh, okay. Okay, coatls can be annoying, right? I mean, you can seek out how it's kind of an ultimate troll creature. And so this troll creature is actually very weak, but kind of that's not what you need a troll for, right? So what are other spell books? So as you might have noticed, I mostly used so far air and water books. But what about earth? Right, as we can see now, a spell book of earth magic, whatever. A tome of earth magic. And so, what are spells, useful spells that it will enable me to cast? So, it won't enable resurrection, which would be probably the best spell, levels 3 to 5. So the slow is disabled, it won't give me the slow, but also I can teach my might heroes as well, so that's nice. So of spells that kind of useful would probably be Meteor Shower and well, maybe elementals as well, but kind of not really. Anti-magic useful as well, occasionally. What else? I mean, no. I thought about Sorrow, but I mean, Sorrow is a kind of a more of a meme spell, but I do cast it occasionally. If I don't have morale negating artifacts, and I have to ensure that enemy units don't get morale. So it could be occasionally quite helpful. But, I mean, it's more of a meme. Okay, so that's about it. So basically a Meteor Shower and anti-magic for the most part are kind of decent, useful spells. Meteor Shower is mostly to target a ballista, catapult. So it doesn't require you that much spell power to destroy them with Meteor Shower, unlike you would have to destroy with Fireball or Frost Ring, for example. But that's about it. That's about it. And anti-magic is also quite situational and not very frequently useful. So while my heroes do gather some army from dwellings and also learn new spells from Bertram. Bertram is being on a mission to educate people. So he fights what is it called? I don't know what the word is. Lack of education, okay. Anyway, so while there is still a downtime, maybe let's talk about two other books in the same context. So two other books are Air and Water, and these are two books that I mostly used so far, and I think they're actually quite impactful on this map anyway. So there are no notable... Oh no. Let's think about actually what spells are disabled on this map. So Forgetfulness, Water Walk, these are both water spells. Kinda not very impactful, but can be useful. At least Forgetfulness. I mean, Water Walk is kind of a useless spell, honestly, if you have an Admiral's Hat. So it's kind of a poor man's Admiral's Hat, maybe. So what are the spells? So Berserk is fire, Slow is earth, Resurrection is earth, then we go... There is Animate Dead as well, not interesting for us, but still earth spell. There is Blind, which is a fire spell, and then there are Fly and Dimension Door. Well, these are obviously air spells. which are disabled as every other spell. So, and these also cannot be taught to anyone. So, kind of, when we think about overpowered spells for water and air magic schools, I mean, for the most part, we think about fly and dimension door, and nothing else. We could, and maybe we should actually consider a few more spells as overpowered, and I'll talk about them now. So, water school also has obviously clone, which in some situations can be even better than resurrection, right? Everyone probably knows about cloning archangels. So that's a resurrection on steroids. And we currently do use clone in this game to clone engineers and perpetually repair automatons. So this is a powerful spell, no doubt. Maybe it should have been disabled here, but it is a spell that is enabled by the book. What else? Water. What other spells? I mean, prayer can be useful. Maybe less so if you have air magic and also haste, but definitely still okay. I mean, it gives you a bit of attack and defense on top of 4 speed, so it's not too bad. Can be occasionally preferred over haste. So I think that's it basically for water, but primarily obviously I would use it for clone in this game. Clone on its own is enough of a justification to carry the book by a might hero. And as for air, I think the best spell in air school is a hypnotize. I mean, of those that are not disabled. There are a few others, like air shield can be sometimes okay. Well, haste is level 1, so I actually already taught my heroes to this spell. So I would say that primarily I use the air book for the hypnotize. I think that's a very strong spell. In lieu of blind, obviously. And honestly, if you decide to disable blind, maybe also consider disabling hypnotize as well. Because it's just as strong if you can cast it. Like, that's the only downside of the hypnotize, is that you have to cast it on a relatively weak stack. But my main army actually is well built for it, so I have a few small stacks there, like Quattles, Juggernauts. They're small stacks, they don't hit card, so I can use them to reduce numbers of slightly too big of a stack. And also you can use magic to do that. So in case you don't use hypnotize, consider using it. Okay, it's a strong spell. Anyway, let's get back into the game. What's going on here? I didn't keep up. I think Agar is kinda close to the town. And my heroes here doing chores, upgrading army, doing things. So Rosic is apparently preparing to go somewhere. And okay, I see. So Seed is also getting ready to go. So the idea is that when Agar takes the town, I want to do a few things. Okay? A few things right away. Okay. Agar is a bit far from the town. Unfortunately, he won't make it in one turn. Yeah, so as I already mentioned, using Agar as my main hero at this point was likely a not so bright move. Should have used, at this point, should have used Rosic. And also should have boosted her a little bit earlier, and kind of also in hindsight probably should have freed her earlier as well, so I had actually time to develop her. So I think Agar doesn't have slow in his spellbook here, so I'm a bit more careful. Decided not to fight firebirds. So a little bit of calculation, figured that it's better to collect gold. No, actually I didn't figure it. Okay. Collecting gold would be more efficient. Okay, I wonder, I mean, it's not gonna cost me anything. The cost is 1/5 of a horizontal move. So it's not like I did not reach town because of this mistake. Sometimes though, even a minor mistake like this could be a one-turn difference. But obviously it's rare that this small mistake can be this impactful. Okay, why didn't I kill him? It's weird. Probably, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so at this point I see that I clearly don't reach the town. I mean, I have like one movement point, one step worth of movement points, so it doesn't take a genius to see that I don't reach a town at this point, in this case. So yes, I did it. I managed to understand this a little detail, and so I decided to spend my movement points to get to School of War, I think it's called, to boost Agar's attack probably. So looks like I don't see where Bertram is. So as I mentioned, my heroes are getting ready to go next turn. Okay, try to scuttle some boat. I did not succeed. Okay, I gathered a pile of gold. Very, very nice. So looks like we are almost set. I didn't pay attention where Bertram is, but probably he's also set up to do whatever he's set up to do. Man, these AIs are collecting my artifacts and resources. That is very painful to see. I'll have to punish them for this disobedience. I mean, I asked them not to do that, but for some reason they did not listen. Okay, that's a good change. Okay, I probably am tired of watching AI demonstrate their disobedience, as I mentioned, so I kind of as one might also do in this situation, instead of fixing this issue, I just decided that I don't want to look at it. Okay, that's where we actually were going for. And that's another town. So, congratulations to me. I got town number 4. That's... I mean... if that's not an occasion to open a champagne bottle, then I don't know what is. What do I think to do here? Haste, maybe? I don't know. Haste sounds like a decent cast to me. Maybe Bless as well. Okay, clone also. not terrible choice. I need to kill both birds though, if I want to use the clone for 2 turns. Interesting. I actually even consider not killing birds here. Interesting. So will I haste now maybe then? Haste? Oh, it looks like that's bless. Okay. That is actually maybe, I mean, I wouldn't say it's better, if I'm honest. So one of them will kill the clone, so I don't have to be concerned about them killing themselves against my units. So probably clone, and then, I mean, probably, why probably? It's kind of obvious at this point. We need to resurrect the automatons. Okay, easy enough. Now, I constantly forget to build in my towns when it's past like a month into the game. But you'll see. I mean, I'll have a few more towns. And I don't know, maybe I won't forget to build anything just yet. Interesting. Why did I TP here? I'm not sure. I thought it would make sense to have Agar TP to somewhere else instead. Interesting. I guess it's a bit weird. I'm not sure it makes much sense. But if Bertram goes down this road to the south, then it won't matter. So okay. So I'm still thinking here. Probably trying to figure out what would be my order of action here. Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, what? I'm confused. Ah, I see. Okay. I decided that I want to do this thing with Agar. Okay, that actually is very fair. Fortunately, he can reach the event. So why it's good that Agar reached this event is that, so there is an event that I already attacked. It's just above Quattles, and then there is a similar event just below Quattles, and both of these events nullify your movement points. So if I stepped on this event with Bertram, who would probably have around 1500 movement points at this point, so he would lose them all, and I would be very sad about it. And so I'm now not as sad as I would be if I used him So, yay! Agar took a bullet for Bertram here. So now I will use Melchior to extract army from Agar and pass to the next hero. Okay, I didn't even leave boots to Agar, did I? Well, Agar must be sad. Agar must be sad that he's left without boots. Okay, next stop is Seal, or as probably we don't know if she's Seal or Sealy, so she's gonna be Sealy Seal from this point on. First tough fight. Okay. I mean, those Nemes fight was very difficult. Should have prepared a bit better for it. So I'm kind of actually just learning to play Factory. I didn't play it before, but you may have noticed that I put Juggernauts like that, like not the first time. I think that's safe to say. And the idea is that I want to use the beam next turn, like this. Occasionally I get to do that. Blessing just in case, maybe there is like one wyvern left, otherwise it would be very unlikely. But it was possible for sure. Okay, I don't need the trident. +2 attack for weaklings. And I'm not a weakling, as you can tell. It's like I don't need +2 attack. So yes. I also probably don't need any Angelic Alliance pieces as well, because I'm not weakling, of course, because of that. And I would definitely not equip them if I had a chance. So one interesting thing about Fortress Town, as you may probably know, is that it is the only town that has 2-tile mode. So if you have to move across the moat as a defender or as an attacker, it's kind of very painful. Very painful. And now these cows experience this pain firsthand. Now, on the flip side, I cannot attack these cows, unfortunately, with anyone. Except, I mean, I could use worms from behind. Would be safe, but didn't care enough to do that. Should probably clone engineers maybe right about now. and use clones to repair automatons, I would say. Okay, maybe I can do both now. So next turn I can resurrect halflings. Okay, easy fight. Okay, so there is one more town to take this turn, but first we want to extract some help for Rosic, who's gonna be taking that town. And Brogild is gonna be extracting this help. So remove some garbage. I'd say I'm not nearly as aggressive in removing bad items as I probably should have. Oh man, auto combat victory. That's insane. Okay. Gee. One nail biter fight after another. How do you even cope with this pressure? Also, you can see how absolutely so good. I mean, just the gameplay of a century. I'm lost for words, okay? Just how good it is. Okay. Now. So there is a 3 musketeers, I suppose. And there is a D'Artagnan. Okay. Who's this one? Which musketeer is this dude? I don't even know what are their names, pronunciations, honestly. In English or in French, whichever. So Rosic is going to work now. And she will have a bit more trouble compared to others, because her attack is just 8. Which is like not very impressive. Okay, Oceania's fight is uphill valley in terms of difficulty. Okay, need to boost her stats a bit. Also, I need to equip a bow, I think. I guess I do. And also she has wisdom, so she doesn't need spell cheat sheets. Okay. She might have equipped like +1 morale or +1 luck there. So like an easy case, I guess, for an air shield, as you can see. There are many shooters in town. And also it's quite obvious that a golden bow is particularly helpful in this fight. So I moved automatons a bit forward just to draw fire away from halflings. Even if just one stack attacks automatons instead, it's way more efficient for me to use engineers to repair them than to use resurrection to resurrect halflings. So it's nice in terms of mana efficiency. Did I cast Bless or not? No, kind of. That's my question. Probably I shouldn't. Yeah, I didn't. So in this case, if I cast Bless, it makes halflings a bit more, even more of a threat. So because it's the most impactful halflings. And so it's gonna be more likely to draw fire on them. Still, I actually did cast Bless at this point. What was I thinking about, dude? No. Okay, so I'm whittling down now melee units. Probably. So there are quite a few shooters, as you can see, just yet in the garrison. So that's why melee units were not yet leaving the castle walls, and now they did leave. So basically I wanted to maybe reduce pressure for when they do. And so I did. Okay. Yay, didn't lose a worm. Congratulations, me. Okay, now I will lose the worm if I attack. So magic elementals are my primary hope here to make things nice and easy. Okay, they went here. I mean, okay. Oh, nice. The gate broke just at the perfect time. And you'll probably see why. So, whenever you fight a unit that doesn't have retaliation, like magic elementals in this case, wow, that's like beautiful. Okay, 3 is like as perfect as you can get, realistically. So now I have a ballista that can kill them prematurely, so I have to destroy it. Just checking what damage it did, and it dealt quite a bit of damage. So actually, wait. Do I really know? I will destroy the ballista now. I think it dealt dangerously high damage. Okay, meteor shower, good. So this way Ballista won't kill the magic elementals, and at this point magic elemental is blocked from two sides with the moat and from another side with a juggernaut, so it doesn't have any targets to attack. And I have a free reign to resurrect everything I want, and that's easy. So basically you don't always get to have this perfect setup, but I mean sometimes just good enough could be, I mean good enough is good enough, okay? You don't have to have this great of a setup. You could sometimes maybe draw away the unit, so I could maybe lure them in one corner and then move everything into the opposite corner. So it would maybe take a little bit more effort. But nothing really too difficult. So now, okay, I did a few useful things this turn. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty good turn in terms of useful actions, but because it's me, we definitely need to be wasteful. Okay, it's not me if I'm not wasteful with my time and your time, and also with my heroes as well. So I mean, that's probably what we'll see at this point. So Henrietta, maybe I'm not gonna be this wasteful now that I think. Okay, so I actually may do some useful things here. I'm so sad to disappoint you. Now that you've come to expect pretty common things from me, and now I let you down like this. Okay. So now I want to send Henrietta to another town that is a bit quite far from here. So she wouldn't be able to reach it this turn. I still need to be a bit more careful to actually reach this town next turn. And so Bertram is actually here to pick up a few gold coins on the road to make sure that Henrietta can reach just a couple steps further. Also, I'll bring Sam along with Henrietta, so that, well, you'll see. Henrietta will need to have like maximum possible movement points next turn, and so I need someone to take Henrietta's army away from here. And you'll see now just that. I mean, not this exact moment. So Henrietta still needs to do a couple of fights. but Sam has comparable movement, so she can actually be used as a storage for army. So that's the last fight she will be able to do. So at this point I will have Sam to take army, and Henrietta will start next turn with maximum movement points. Well, that's an easy trick. In this case, it's actually required for her to reach a town nearby, so... Overall, I'm pretty happy with this turn. So I got to do a few things overall to be quite active on the map. Managed to take 3 towns. I didn't do much beyond that. I chained, prepared to get another town, and this town is quite important actually for my next goal. So that's why I send Henrietta to that town. So hopefully I'll start moving a bit faster at this time. As you can see, White Tent opens up quite a few possibilities for you. So you can actually start exploiting the map quite actively. Okay, you'll love that. I mean, probably in quotes. I think it's gonna be in the next part, but this time we'll have lots of fun next turn fighting these dwarves. AI is being AI, collecting resources and doing other very, very important things. Okay, that's also an opportunity to get some units extra, and I obviously don't plan to use them, but I will be able to sell them, so that's good. As you may recall, I had some units stashed, I think in an ore mine and also in some other mine back at home. All those wait for an opportunity to be traded for money. Obviously, it will happen. It's not pressed to happen soon, but when I get a treasury, that will be an obvious move. Also, it won't happen too soon, so my marketplace rates will be the best possible at this point. So that's an important town, kinda strategically pretty well placed. It's close to water, and on water there are a couple of locations that are very conveniently placed next to it. So it's probably gonna be last fight in this part. So I need to remind you that Henrietta doesn't have resurrection. I didn't still yet get a scroll of resurrection. Unfortunately, the way to the scroll is bogged down by 2 events, so kind of even if I rushed to it, I would not be able to take it for 3 turns probably, at least. So kinda have to do with what we have. And obviously I'll lose some units to tower fire. A bit annoying, but that's okay. So I'll use juggernauts to block the gates now. I mean, overall, pretty easy fight. Nothing spectacular here. And also Henrietta is one of my stronger heroes, so that is not a problem for her. Damn, those wyverns broke my card. That's kind of very, very disappointing. Towers are focusing bounty hunters, which I'm not sure, maybe it's kind of in general, and initially I would think that it's better if they focus bounty hunters than if they focus halflings. Halflings are much squishier, so like they per a health point I think they deal much more damage, especially if we use Henrietta, there is no question about that. Anyway, there is not much to comment in this fight, and I think I'll wrap the commentary right now. So we'll end up losing a few units, mostly like just a few bounty hunters and some halflings, and then we'll repair whatever is lost with engineers and we'll be fine. And that will be the end of this part. Thank you for watching. As always, please leave your comments. If you have suggestions also, obviously, I'm very keen to know them. And see you in the next part. Bye.